another chapter of final account. Okay, that is final account with adjustment. Since I have made 2 to 3 videos regarding the chapter of final account without adjustment, and also some students have faced different type of queries, confusions and doubts. For that purpose, I have also made a theoretical video regarding how to identify the expenses and incomes into direct expenses and indirect expenses, direct income and indirect income, and also I have told you how to categorize the different type of assets and liabilities. So hopefully there is no any other problem or confusions or dilemma for preparation of financial statements in the chapter final account without adjustment. Okay, but you can move on solving and keep going for the solution of the problems without adjustment. Again, if you have any doubt, I am always there to help you. Nothing to worry about it. But keeping in mind the time period that we have within which we have to complete our syllabus and courses, so keeping in mind all those things and factors, I am going to start your next chapter, that is final account with adjustment. But there is no issue. You can solve the previous chapter again and again till you understand. Then you watch this video. There is no time limit for you. Okay, you are at home, so keep time and keep solving the problems. Whatever doubt you have, you can ask me. No problem for that. Okay. So now we shall move into our next chapter, that is final account with adjustment. I have sent you the theory part where you can see there are different type of adjustments within which the final account problems revolve or rotate around it. Okay, there are certain type of adjustments. Adjustments are nothing else, nothing like different items. These are only those general items and common items that you face or that you solve in the business, just like your transactions. Like you take closing stock. It can be also given as a single posting, like when you solve only trading account, you are posting closing stock only in the credit side of trading account. But when you are preparing all the 3 financial statements, closing stock is put on both the financial statement, because adjustment means those transactions or those items which are not at all posted, that means which are not at all journalized. Unless the transactions are journalized, they cannot be taken into their respective ledger accounts, or so posting process cannot be done. And if there is no posting to any particular transaction, how can you find it in your trial balance or a summarized statement? So if there is no item or transaction that you have left in your trial balance or your summary statement, always obviously that will be given in your footnotes below your trial balance. So those items or transactions are called as adjustments. Remember, adjustments are transactions that do not find place in any of your book of account, that is your journal, ledger, trial balance, subsidiary books, whatever you can call it. Okay, that is why these transactions, before preparation of financial statement, you have to post anyhow. Look, if you don't post these adjustment transactions or the item that you have left by mistake or for any other causes, if you say error or anything, if you don't post or adjust those transactions, what can be the consequences? You cannot get the correct result of the business. That means the profit or loss determined by the financial statement that you prepare are not exact or are not correct. There will be unnecessary misappropriation and embezzlement of funds in your business operation. Again, you will be having different type of confusions. Your balance sheet will not tally, and you will not understand where you have left the transaction and why this problem occurs. Okay, and the second reason is you cannot determine the correct financial position of the business. So the main 2 objectives of financial accounting cannot be achieved if you left any sort of item or transaction that takes place during an accounting year. So if you have left or you have omitted any transaction or item that are placed in the form of adjustments below your trial balance. Okay. So what you have to do is you have to fulfill the dual effect or the double entry effect to those transactions by posting those adjustments in the form of adjustment entries to any 2 financial statement, TWO. Okay, so any sort of adjustment that are given outside trial balance are to be posted to any 2 financial statements. At least I said, it depending on the nature of transaction, it can be also posted to 3 financial statements. But 2 effect, double effect, dual effect is compulsory or necessarily needed to be given to those adjustments. Then only they can be called as the adjustment entries. You know that the items that are inside the trial balance are taken to only 1 financial statement, because you have previously journalized it, posted it in respective ledger account, then you have taken the brought down balance to your summary statement, that is called as trial balance, and then you take it to a financial statement, that is your trading account, profit and loss account or balance sheet. So they are taken for a single entry, that is single posting, not single entry, single posting. Okay, single treatment is there. but the transactions that are placed in the form of adjustment below or the bottom of your trial balance, any sort of double entry effect or dual effect is not at all followed on those transactions. So in order to follow or in order to fulfill the double entry aspect or the dual effect on those transactions that are placed as the adjustments in your trial balance, you have to post it or treat it in any two financial statement in order to fulfill the double entry effect or the dual aspect effect. You know very well, after the development of bookkeeping, we have seen that double entry system, why it was evolved. Evolution of double entry system clearly says that every transaction must involve two accounts, or it must have minimum or at least two aspects. Okay, the giving and taking relation should be there in every business transaction. From where we got to learn about it, that the transaction must be having two aspects. That is why the transactions which are not at all posted are placed in the form of adjustment below your trial balance. Okay, those transactions are called as your adjustments, and those adjustments are posted to financial statement for two requirements: to determine your correct profit or loss of the business, and to determine the correct financial position of the business. Now the question is how to post. You have to post it in any two financial statements. I know I am repeating it again and again because it's the introduction part. Now we are entering into the new chapter, so I am repeating it again and again. So understand properly, then only you can solve the problem of final account with adjustment. Okay, so what you got? The way of treatment of final account with adjustment of the adjustments that are given outside trial balance is you have to post it into any two financial statements. How it will be posted? I have given you the theory part, how it is to be posted. So read those theories, then you watch this video, then only you can understand how these transactions are posted to minimum two financial statements. So today we are going to solve the question number 4 of your book, that is your Kalyani Publisher Double Entry Bookkeeping Accounting Volume 2. Okay, we are going to solve the question number 4. Okay, I will send you this question into your group. Okay, no worry for that. Read the question carefully, then only you can watch the video. So what the question says: prepare trading and profit and loss account and balance sheet from the following balances relating to the year 31st March 2009. Okay, so this is what he has asked, and we have also made the format, that trading account and profit and loss account, balance sheet. He has written the way it has to be written: trading and profit and loss account for the year ended 31st March 2009, and there as balance sheet, the position statement that is prepared as on a fixed date, I have written it balance sheet as on 31st March 2009. Now the thing is, the solution to the problems of final account with adjustment is little bit different from solution to the problems of final account without adjustment. Okay, so in the adjustment part, what you have to do is the entries or the items that are placed in the form of adjustments outside your trial balance, outside your question arena, what you have to do is you have to point out those adjustments where it belongs in the items related to trial balance. See, the adjustments that are placed outside your trial balance must be anyhow belonging to the items that are existing inside the trial balance. Not all items, but major items. So you have to point out those items. I mean to say that the adjustments that are given outside your trial balance in your particular question, that adjustment, not all, but majorly, those adjustment or items are belonging to some items that are existing inside your trial balance. So always, before going to the solution to this chapter of with adjustment, final accounts, you have to point out those adjustments to which item does it relate in the trial balance, so that while you will be posting those items into your financial statement, you will keep it into the inner column. Likewise, you did in your capital, you have deducted drawings, you have added profit, you have deducted loss, you have also added interest in capital. So how did you do that? That is an adjustment. I have told you in those videos also, the adjustment questions, always the values are given inside inner column, because after all sort of adjustments, you make the net amount or the gross or the exact amount that you put it into the outer column. So read the adjustments carefully. First read the adjustments carefully, then point out those adjustments to which item does it belong in the trial balance. Okay, then while you post those items that is given inside trial balance having adjustment, keep it into the inner column, and also when you post any other item subsequent to that, give necessary space. Okay, I know you may not be getting what I am telling you while I solve. You can watch it carefully, then only you will understand. So the first adjustment given in this question is closing stock is valued at 1,450. So see, it is very easy. You have already done credit side of trading account and asset side of balance sheet. So it is not new. New is depreciate plant and machinery by 400. See, if you use fixed assets, then they are to be depreciated for the purpose of the use and passage of or inflection of time. Okay, so depreciation is an expenses and it is directly charged to a fixed asset. So here it is charged on plant and machinery. So this is also having two adjustments or two posting. So we have to point out the plant and machinery part in the trial balance. See, now I am not holding a pen or a pencil. When you hold a pen or a pencil, do what? You mark those adjustments into the question. Means the items that are existing inside the trial balance. Okay. So the first adjustment that we have is closing stock, not to mark anywhere. Second is depreciation on plant and machinery. So one adjustment that is existing inside the trial balance, plant and machinery should be marked. I am doing it by a chalk. Okay, normally. Then third adjustment is allow 5% interest on capital. So this is an adjustment related to capital. Okay, capital is always an adjustment as I have told you on those chapters also. Okay, then last adjustment, we have very less adjustment. For your better understanding, I have chosen a small question. When you understand better, I will solve a bigger question. Okay, the last adjustment, we are having total 4 adjustments. The last adjustment given is a sum of 40 rupees is due for repairs. See, what it is we will see later on. Let us see where the repair amount belongs. Okay, there is repair, so I have marked. See, there are 3 adjustments that are existing inside the trial balance. I have marked with the chalk. If you hold a pencil or a pen, please mark out those adjustments given in your given outside your trial balance and to which item does it belong inside the trial balance. Okay, so that when you post those items, you keep it into the inner column. And closing stock is our adjustment, but is nowhere related to the trial balance. Okay, so we shall start the solution of the questions. Okay, where I have put mark, I will put those items in the inner column because there are adjustments to be made. So now what we have to do is we have to post the items as it comes in the question. The first item is capital. Okay, I am doing solving the question number 4 of final account with adjustment. Okay, I will send you the question. So the question number 4 says capital is 10,000. So capital comes under your fixed liability, as you know. And capital also in that chapter where adjustments were not there also it is supposed to be an adjustment, and obviously in this chapter it happens to be an adjustment again. So capital given is 10,000. Since there are adjustments to it, I will keep it into the inner column. Then creditors, there is no adjustment regarding the creditors. So creditors are current liability. So I will write over here. Current liability. Students, never confuse if it is given only creditors or if it is given sundry creditors, because I told you sundry is nothing else the gross total of all the debtors and creditors. Okay. Then we have return outward. Return outward is nothing but the purchase return that you have to deduct from purchases. So obviously there will be purchases, so there is returns. Okay, we leave space for stock. Then write here to purchases. We don't know the amount of purchase, we will put it after when it comes in the question. Now we will write here less returns. So return outward is purchase return, that is given 500 rupees. When the purchase will come, we will write here. Okay. Sales is given 16,400. Again, you have to see whether there is sales return or not in the question. So in the question, sales return is not. Sales return is there. Okay. So we will put the sales amount in the inner column. So sometimes when watching it speedily, you may miss it. So watch it carefully before posting any items. So sales is the adjustment that is returns. So you put the sales amount in the inner column, that is credit side of credit account. Then we have bills payable. So as you know, students, bills payable is a liability and it is a short-term liability which is taken to be as current liability. Bills payable. So bills payable is 500. Then we have plant and machinery. Remember students, plant and machinery is to be depreciated and it is having adjustment. I have also put a mark here. Okay, you can put a mark on pencil or pen. So plant and machinery are supposed to be the fixed assets. They have to be written under the head fixed asset in the asset side of balance sheet, but to be kept in the inner column for further adjustments. Okay, so I am writing here fixed assets. As you know student, I am preparing this balance sheet in the order of permanence. I told you what are the order of permanence and the order of liquidity. Order of liquidity means the current liabilities and current assets are placed in the front or in the top of the balance sheet in both the sides. Okay, and the order of permanence means the way we are doing balance sheet till now. So plant and machinery is 4,000. Since it has an adjustment, I will keep it into inner column. Okay, then we have sundry debtors. So no adjustment is there for the debtors. I will write it here. Current assets. Sundry debtors. Sundry debtors is 2,400. Okay. Then we have drawings. You know drawings are deducted from capital. We'll write here less drawings. So drawings amount is 1,000. We will make this adjustment after we close our profit and loss account. You know it very good, very clear. Okay. Then we have purchases. So purchases 10,500. We have already put purchases because there were returns. So now we will put the value of purchases. It is 10,500. So there were returns of 500. I will put the net purchase amount in the outer column. So 10,500 minus 500 is 10,000. Clear? Then we have return inward, that is 300. So return inward means sales return, that is deducted from sales. So this is 300. After deduction we get the net sales value as 16,100. 16,100. 16,400 minus 300 is 16,100. Then we have wages. Wages are supposed to be the direct expenses paid to the workers. So we write here there is no adjustment. So we will put wages in the outer column. So wages is 5,000. Then we have bank. Here bank is given 1,000. So bank means here talking about bank balance or cash at bank. So these are current assets. We write here. You can write it cash at bank or only bank because bank doesn't mean you own a bank. Okay, bank means bank balance. So bank is 1,000. Then we have repairs. I hope you must remember there is adjustment to repairs. So repairs is a indirect expenses to be taken to profit and loss account. I have not made here in difference, so now I am making it. So here we write our profit and loss account to repairs. So repair amount is repairs is 50 rupees. We will keep it into inner column. When we will go to adjustment, we will solve it. Okay. Then after repairs, we have stock as of 1 April 2008. So 1st April 2008 is the beginning of the accounting year, and stock as on that date is taken to be as the opening stock. So we write on top of the debit side of trading account to opening stock. Opening stock is given as 2,000. Okay. Then we have rent. Since rent is not mentioned here, whether related to factory or related to office, so we'll take it as indirect expense only. Okay. So there is no adjustment to rent. We'll put it into directly inner column. See, rent is indirect expenses, and we have adjustment for repairs. So do what? When you post the succeeding item, always post by giving a space so that this adjustment can be made very precisely. Okay. So write here to rent. So rent amount is given as 400. Then we have manufacturing expenses. As the name clarifies, manufacturing expenses are the direct expenses because related to production. To manufacturing expenses. So manufacturing expenses is 800. Then we have trade expenses. See, it is also again an item of confusion. Trade means buying and selling of goods on services. So trade expenses means expenses that can be made for purchase and sales both. So we cannot take directly trade as the direct expense because it also involves expenses that are made on sales. In other way you can say that trade expenses does not incur any production related expenses. Means these expenses are nowhere related to production activities. So in that case we have to take trade expenses as the indirect expenses. Okay, so we will write in the debit side of profit and loss account. So trade expenses given is 700 rupees. To trade expenses. ₹700. Then we have bad debts. Bad debts, again there is no adjustment. It is a loss. It is taken to the debit side of profit and loss account. Bad debt is 200 rupees. So 2 bad debts. So bad debts are 200 rupees. Then we have carriages, and again I am telling you students, as I told you earlier also, carriages when not clarified or confirmed for what purpose it is given, you can take that carriages as the direct expenses because carriage always are taken to be as the carriage inward unless specified. So carriages are the direct expenses that are made on purchases. So carriage given is 150. 2 carriages 150. Then we have last item, that is fuel and power. Again, fuel and power is your direct expenses. So fuel and power given is 100. So when we are solving the question related to adjustment, we will be having more space issues. I will try to make this solution of these questions in the larger board. Okay, so for today, forgive if any problem arises. Okay, so posting of all the items are over. See, we are having more items in the income statement than in the position statement. So now we will post the adjustment parts. Now the items that are inside the trial balance are over. I have posted all the items. Okay, you can see the question. Now we will move on to our adjustment part. Okay, the first adjustment given is closing stock. So closing stock is taken to the credit side of trading account and then asset side of balance sheet. So closing stock is 1450. So I will write it over here. By closing stock 1450. Then second, always remember when you are posting adjustments, take it to 2 financial statement. Okay, knowingly, otherwise there will be mistake. So closing stock is a current asset. We will write here. Closing stock 1450. Then we have depreciation. Okay, depreciate plant and machinery by 400. So depreciation is the reduction in the value of a fixed asset. So we will deduct the value of the fixed asset by depreciation. So right here, less depreciation, that is 400 rupees. So in the outer column you take 3600. Okay, so depreciation given is 400. Sometimes it is given as a percentage, then you have to calculate. For example, if it would be here, depreciate plant and machinery by 10%. So you should have taken 10% of 4000, that is 400 again. So here the answer is given directly, so no issue. I have deducted the amount and put it in the outer column. This is 4000 minus 400 is 3600. Then the second treatment of depreciation. So depreciation is a indirect expenses. We will write here to depreciation, that is 400 given in the question. Then we have allow 5% interest on capital. So interest on capital is to be added to capital. Add interest on capital. Interest on capital is said as 5%. So you have to take 5% of 10,000, not after deduction. Okay, remember, you have to take the percentage of interest on capital always on the opening amount. So 5% of 10,000 is 500. Then we have to write interest on capital as an expenses, and interest on capital is an indirect expenses. The second treatment of interest on capital is the debit side of profit and loss account. So write here to interest on capital. So interest and capital is that we have got 500. Okay. Last adjustment is a sum of 40 rupees due for repairs. That means you have made repairs and you have not paid the amount. So this is called as outstanding expenses. That means the expenses are raised, but you have not yet made the payment. So these are supposed to be the outstanding expenses. And you know the treatment of outstanding expenses. You have to add to repairs first. How much it is? 40 rupees. So add, you have to write here outstanding. Any expenses that are made and you have not paid means they are called as outstanding. So 90 rupees is the total amount of repairs. So first treatment to the adjustment is over. Now the second treatment for this adjustment is outstanding expenses are the fictitious liability. So we will put in the liability side of balance sheet. Here we will write fictitious liability. That is outstanding repairs. So outstanding repairs is 40 rupees. If we do not have fictitious asset also, we will just put a hyphen or nil, as I told you in our other questions also. Okay. Then, okay, your all adjustments are over. Now it's time to close our financial statement. To see, these are the assets and liabilities that are existing in your balance sheet. Okay, now we will close this account. Okay. So okay, now let us close this financial statement and check whether the answers given in the question is coming or not. Okay, let us see which is the highest total in the trading account. As you can see, the items are less, but no, this time I think we are getting more items in the debit side. So let's check which is the highest total. If any problem arises, we will make the calculation again. No issue for that. Okay, so total is here 12,000, 17,000. So definitely we are getting loss here because this 3 item total is more than the credit side. Okay, so the debit side total is 12,000, 5,000, 17,000, 17,800, 18,000, 18,050 is the total of your debit side. And this is again supposed to be the highest total, so we will put on both the sides of trading account. We shall check again. It's 5, 2, 8, 10, 1, 5, 6, 16 to 18. So 18,050 is the total. Okay. So we are getting highest total in the debit side or in the expense side. So in this question, the direct expenses are more than the direct income. Okay. So here we are having loss. So always we are getting gross profit. So now this time we are getting loss. So loss will be put in this side, in the credit side by gross loss carried down. Okay. So gross loss. Let us write it properly. Okay, so let us take a rough total of this side, that is 505, 17,550. The total of the credit side of trading account is 17,550. So we have to subtract this amount, okay, so that we can get the answer. When we subtract it, we get 0, again 0. Then we have 5. So we are getting loss as 500 and our answer is right. Okay, so we are getting 500 as the loss. See, total of the debit side is 18,050 and total of the credit side was 17,550. So after subtraction, we got the loss amount as 500. See, it was very easy calculation, like 18,050 minus 17,550 is 500. But for making you clear, I made each subtraction of the digits properly. Okay, so always, even if the items or the values are smaller, go for correction, go for calculation in a precise manner for avoidance of any sort of mistakes or any sort of errors. Okay, so since we have got gross loss, it will be brought down to the opposite side of profit and loss account. So we will be writing here to gross loss. That is why always this space should be left before writing the items of profit and loss account, because we do not know whether we will be getting loss or profit. So gross loss is 500 rupees. Okay, so now we will be totaling the profit and loss account side. So here there is no income at all. Okay, so definitely we will be getting loss. See, there is no income at all. So definitely we are going to get loss. So let us write it on the little above part so that you can understand. I am doing it only because of the space issue. Okay, blindly you have to take the total of the debit side of the profit and loss account. You have to put the total in the credit side of profit and loss account as loss, because you can see there is no income or net income yet. Okay, so let us take the total 0, 9, then 2, 5, 7, 14, 14, 4, 18, 4, 22, 27. So we are getting this total as 2790. So see, if there is no income, then the total indirect expenses including gross loss will be your net loss. Let us see whether we are getting the answer or not. Yes, our answer is correct. This total amount is our net loss. Understood? Since there is no indirect income, there is gross loss put on the debit side. This total of the expense and gross loss are to be taken to be as net loss, because there is no single item there. So this is the highest total. As a rule of closure of the ledger account is put on both the sides. Now we will be getting here by net loss transfer to balance sheet. That is 2790. So it is our loss amount. So now moving on to our next financial statement, the last financial statement, that is your balance sheet. Since we have got here net loss, the loss will be deducted from capital. Less net loss brought forward. So net loss is 2790. Okay, and after all such calculations, we will put the net amount of capital or the adjusted amount of capital in the outer column. Okay, so let us see what amount it comes. So capital is 10,000. Look here properly. Capital is 10,000. Drawings is 1,000. So when you deduct drawings, you get 9,000. And there is interest on capital. So you have to add interest on capital 500. Then you get 9,500. Here, see, I have deducted the drawings. I got 9,000. Then I added interest on capital 500. I got 9,500. Now again I have to deduct net loss from this capital, that is 2790. So the amount I am getting is 0, then 10 and 1, 14, 7, 8, 2, 6. So 6 students I am getting the amount as 9,500 minus 2,790. 0, 10 and 1, 14, 7, 7. Here 8, 2, 6, 6, 7, 1, 0. If you have any doubt, you can again solve this and see whether the amount is coming correct or as I did or not. Okay. So moving on to our totaling part, there is no other adjustment left to do or any other item to post in any of the financial statement. So now we will be totaling the both liability and asset side of balance sheet, and we will see whether it is coming or not. Okay. Since we do not have an intangible asset, I am not writing here. If you want, you can write. There is no issue. If you have space, you can do anything for better presentation. If there is no space, sometimes you have to compromise for such things. But here we haven't compromised anything. We do not have any fictitious assets and intangible assets. So I have written fictitious items as hyphen. You can put also, cannot put also intangible assets. So let us first take the total of the liability side. So let us see. It is coming 0, then 4, 1, 5, and 5, 2, 7, 14. 1, 1, 2, 6, 8. Before totaling the asset side, we saw that liability side total is 8450. Let us check whether the total is coming or not. Yes, our answer is correct. So 8450 is the total of the balance sheet of both the sides. Now again, since we have got one side 8450, if you would have made any mistake, we cannot get the total the same as in the asset side. But if we do not have any commission of error or mistake, we have not committed any mistake while posting of the adjustments or the transactions that are given inside trial balance, we will definitely get the same answer that we got in the liability side of balance sheet. So let's check whether we are correct or not. So here is 3,600, here it is 5, then we have 4, 4, 8, 6, 14, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 5, 3, 8. So see, since we have made all the postings correctly, we got all the correct answers. So you have to watch the questions carefully and see whether you have left any item or not. Even after you complete the solution or the posting of the adjustments or the transaction inside trial balance, then only you can get the correct answer. And I told you, if you get the total of the balance sheet both sets same also, it may not be possible that your answer is correct. So you have to check again and again. So we have got the gross loss that is given in the question, that is 500. We have also got the net loss. Net loss should be correct always, because here, see, in this case there is no income. So total of the debit or the expense side is only taken to be as the loss. Now the adjustment is to be taken sensitively in the capital part, because this part has more adjustments. So always make calculations here precisely. Then we got the total of the liability side and asset side same, that is 8,450. Again that is given in the question in the form of answer, that is 8,450. All the answers are correct. Okay, so now it is your task or your job to watch the video carefully. Before that, read the question carefully, and as I told you, for solving the problem of adjustment questions, read out the adjustment first, point out the adjustment that are belonging to the items of the trial balance, and point out those items that are in the trial balance having adjustment in a pencil or pen, so that when you are posting those items, you will be keeping it into the inner column and you will leave space for posting the next item. Okay, this is why we are required to read out the adjustments given in the question first, that are primarily needed. After reading out the adjustment, go on solving your item that as it comes in your question, whether it may go to debit or credit side or liability side or asset side, or either to any of the financial statement, that is trading account, profit and loss account and balance sheet. Okay, after posting all the items of trial balance, now move on to the adjustment, that adjustments which are given in your question outside the trial balance. Okay, post the adjustments one by one. In this question we have only 4 adjustments, so it was a little bit easier. When you will be acquainted with the solving of problems regarding adjustment, I will make you solve also a bigger or larger problem. So when you move to the adjustment part, after solving the trial balance items, you have to see whether you are posting those adjustments to 2 financial statement or not, and also correctly with the correct amount or not. Okay, you have to check properly whether you are taking the adjustments to 2 financial statement in a correct and accurate manner or not. Okay, always check the adjustment part, because if you left it's any one of the treatment, then you cannot get the correct answer. So this is what the solution to the problem of final account with adjustment. If you have any query or doubt regarding this solution, then you can ask me without any hesitation. And as always I say, please look the question carefully. Try to make a sort of calculation in your mind, or a calculation in your mind, that where it is to be posted, whether it is asset or liability, whether it is direct expense or indirect expense, all those sort of things. Then watch the video where I have made the solution to your particular question. It will make you easier to understand, and you can make it precise for your presentation in the further use. Okay, thank you.